Alright!
Hey!
Alright, of course, league leaders, Manchester United, didn't slip up. Well, Liverpool play the next day, that means yesterday, Sunday. They face a Newcastle side who are in serious trouble. Okay? Alan Shearer took over the team with the directive, please keep the team on top. And they haven't even scored. They scored 1 goal in his 3 matches in charge so far. Okay, so right now they face Liverpool side who are chasing the title. So one would think that they will come out and give a fight. Actually, they didn't.
But they injured Alonso.
But just a slight bruise. So not. Injure our player also couldn't do it well. Just a slight bruise only.
So he's not out.
So he's not out for next year. Come on, do something better.
That's the end of Joey Barton.
3-0 loss.
That's the best part of the game, man. Joey Barton is no longer going to be involved.
Well, that's a wonderful side of him leaving, right?
Lucas, he needs some help, man. The guy really needs some help.
A gun to the head.
Edwin, Spurs Edwin. Newcastle. I mean, Spurs were at the start. They were a bit in a relegation trouble, but got themselves out of it. Do you see anything that in Newcastle that might give?
I said a few weeks ago when Alan Shearer took over that he will be the reason why Newcastle get relegated. He will be the reason why, because he is not a manager, and they've scored 1 goal since he joined. Right? If you look at the game against Liverpool, you look at the stats. They had 0 goals on target in the entire game. You lost, all right? You lost, you play badly and you play and you lose, it's fine, but it's the performance that goes into it. You go to Anfield, you're fighting for survival, and you have 0 shots on target, so if every single shot that you had went in, you will still be 0, I think
Matt's according to
and today it was a goal scoring supreme.
Liverpool had 31 shots in the entire game, so if you look at that, it was a completely one-sided affair. And frankly speaking, as much as Liverpool is a good team, a team fighting for relegation has to fight harder than that. And I think they might beat Middlesbrough. Might beat Middlesbrough.
I think it's a draw because I think both sides, the players
probably
don't.
That'll
be the final.
Going back to the Riverside game at Manchester United, to be honest, I didn't think Middlesbrough played that badly, for quite a long period of the game, until the second goal went in, and then they just simply lost heart in their game. I think for a long time, until such time that Giggs actually scored, they were actually, creating chances. Okay, they were creating chances, but they were keeping possession of the ball well. They were trying to string a few attacks together, and they passed the ball well. I didn't see that out of Newcastle at all. They didn't string passes well. They didn't keep the ball well. I cannot for the life of me see how Newcastle can survive, because even if by some miracle they take 1 fluke goal against Middlesbrough and they hang on to their dear life and they beat Middlesbrough, I can't see them beating Fulham. I can't see them beating Fulham.
Fulham are a decent side.
And if they lose to Fulham, they're out of it because they're not. Who's the final game? It's
Chelsea, I think.
Chelsea, I think.
I don't know. Looking at the whole thing, I mean, from the start, I did mention way back, I said Newcastle is going to go down. And I'm still going to stand on it. I think it's finished for them. It's just dead. The players just had no heart. They looked like they felt that they were losers on the pitch. And that was it.
The thing is, the performance that they are having now, it's worse than before Alan Shearer actually took over. And that's the sad part. You would think that someone like Shearer is supposed to be a motivator, but as I said the moment he was appointed, he's not Kevin Keegan. Even though Keegan was clueless tactically, he had that degree of motivation that he could go with the team. Alan Shearer has never been a manager. He's never taken charge of a side. He doesn't know the first thing about motivating players. And that's and to me, Alan Shearer was never the kind of icon that Kevin Keegan could represent in that place. I think Newcastle's season was over the moment Kevin Keegan walked out, at the beginning of the season.
Wow, that's really early.
When you say over, you mean over as in they're going down, or over as in nothing to play for?
Nothing to play for from the moment Kevin Keegan left. I mean, I didn't think they were so badly that they were actually getting
relegated.
I
felt that when he left, that was it. It was just finished. Who's going to take over? They had problems, with the chairman. The fans were not happy. Everything was just down in the dumps, for them.
Take nothing away from Liverpool. I mean, they turned in a supremo performance, and I think
without Torres.
Ben's right. I said, I know RJ's making a big deal about injured and Gerrard won't be there, or injured and Torres won't be there, and I've said that they've come through without Gerrard, without Torres at different points of the season, and I think it says a lot about Liverpool's team this year that they actually have come through the injuries relatively well. they may not win the league at the end of the day. I still think that it's not completely over. I still think it's not completely over.
There's one more twist.
Because I think Manchester City going to Old Trafford, it might look like an easy 3 points, but if the team that showed up against Blackburn, over the weekend actually shows up at Old Trafford, it will be a hell of a game, for you guys.
Oh man, I think this is complete. Last year's stinger for losing both games, home and away.
Well, yes,
it's stick back. You gotta understand, Edwin. Last year it was the 50th anniversary. Everything went for United, and they lost. And I can tell you something, okay? This is not. They don't want to let this one go.
Be that as it may, I can also tell you that the quality that Manchester City have in their side, you cannot ignore them. They'll lose one game horribly, and then the next game they're suddenly playing like a super team, and then they're going to lose again. You just can't predict.
So next game they're going to lose.
But
This might be the.
I hate to bring this up, but think about the first half against Spurs, and you look at the Manchester United team that was playing there, and Spurs had a good team that was not only matching, but was beating comprehensively.
But you asked me, Spurs is a better team than Man City.
I don't know.
I don't
I don't know.
I don't agree with that, no.
I mean,
because defensively, our Spurs is a lot more better. The only thing about Man City that's good about them, it's basically the attack. That's all. That's the key point.
We may be in for an exciting game. I
think
hope so.
so.
I hope so. As a neutral. Okay, listen. I want Man City to lose, because Spurs wants to go for that 7th spot. So you guys better do it. But the truth is, I think that
to me, I think our blip is just finished. Losing to Liverpool and Fulham was really a real stick up everybody's just to wake up.
To be honest, I'm still not convinced about Manchester United performance. I still don't think. I think the best game they played recently was the Champions League game against Arsenal.
Yeah.
That was the best game they played recently.
Which they should have finished after 20 minutes.
They should have finished Arsenal.
That's the point.
I will say that.
That's the point about everything that's happening right now. This is the time to peak. This is the right time to go in.
But like I said, immediately after the Arsenal game, it's not as though they went there and showed the same style against Middlesbrough. They were not that great against Middlesbrough. They were efficient. They were very efficient. But
that's all they need to do.
I know that's all they need to do. But look at Liverpool today. They are not just efficient. They're demolishing every team that they're playing right now.
Because they have no other commitments. That's why.
Maybe. But look at it this way.
I mean, you gotta put it that way.
The psychological talk. Arsenal are still in with a chance. If Wenger is smart and he drops Adebayo and Diaby and motivates the players to say, look, we have no right to do this.
I don't think that's going to happen.
To go out there.
I don't think that's going to happen.
You'll be surprised.
I think
You'll be surprised.
They want to say, let Arsenal play their own game, let them show their full potential, and that's
well,
it.
I don't know what's going to happen in that semi-final, but I can tell you that it will not be as easy as the first leg.
I think
it will not be as easy.
We're not saying it's going to be easy at the end of the
Arsenal will win 1-0 and then you're going to extra time.
That'll be fun.
What a bet.
I can bet with you. I'll see United go there and we'll get a result. That's what I.
So you don't think
what's the stake? What's the stake? Injury time. What's the stake? The loser dance topless? What's the stake?
I don't know. You can dance topless.
Two graphics for Razor TV already.
Family-oriented show.
Otherwise, we have people taking over the show. Careful.
Okay, we'll go for a break now. When we come back, we'll look at the other two pretenders to the title.
Hey, no more pretend. I don't have to dance.